A very good morning to Dr. Abdullah. My name is Jennita, daughter of Ravi Chandran. Matrix number is A175209. I'll be presenting to you a case analysis based on Samsung Electronic, and I'll be also presenting the introduction, external analysis, and internal analysis. The introduction. The history of Samsung. Samsung is one of the world's largest companies in the fields of electronics and advanced technology. The company specializes in producing and manufacturing digital media devices, electronics, memory chips, semiconductors, and integrated systems. Samsung was founded on the 1st of March 1938 as a trading store for groceries by Lee Byung-chul. Chul started the business in Daegu City in Korea by trading simple goods which were produced in the city and around it and exporting them to China. By the 1970s, Samsung was able to expand and started the production of the raw materials of the textiles until the end products which made it one of the biggest competitors in the textile industry. By the early 1980s, Samsung witnessed a huge and fast expansion in its technology field. In the 1990s, the company enhanced its product quality and started the production of the computer monitors and LCD screens. Later by the 2000s, Samsung started the production of the smartphone Galaxy series, which later became the best-selling smartphones in the global market. The background of the company, Samsung Electronics, was established in 1969 to provide an engine of future growth for the Samsung Group. Samsung began by producing low and black and white television in a joint venture with Sanyo, a Japanese electronic company. During the 1980s, it expanded its business lines to personal computers in 1983, semiconductors and telecommunication network and devices in 1988. By the end of 1992, however, Samsung was the first case in Korea that the company emerged as the leading semiconductor manufacturer in the dynamic random access memory market. The Asian financial crisis of the late 1997 caused profits to drop from $194 million in 1966 to $87 million in 1997. Samsung now has four major divisions, that is Digital Media Network, Digital Appliance Network, Telecommunications, and Device Solution Network. Samsung currently has 25 production subsidiaries, 39 sales subsidiaries, and 22 branch offices all over the world. Main issue of Samsung. The issue is the result of the poor management of Samsung Electronics, which affects on both their vision and strategies in the competition with Apple. This is very dangerous and cannot gain as many competitive advantage as Apple in general and to increase the sale as well as gain more market share with their fourth generation smartphone in particular. Next is the external analysis. First of all is the pastel analysis. For political, in most of the markets where Samsung operates, the political environment is conducive to its operation, and though there are minor irritants in some of the foreign markets. For economic, macroeconomic environment in which Samsung operates globally is beset with uncertainty and volatility, leading to the company having had to reorient its strategies accordingly. For social cultural, despite its global footprint, it still operates from the core as a Korean company. Samsung operates in a market niche that is strongly influenced by the lifestyle preferences of consumers. For technological, harnessing the power of technology and driving innovation for sustainable business advantage is concerned. This has translated into an obsessive mission by the company to be ahead of the technological and innovation curve and a vision to dominate its rivals and competitors as far being the first to reach the market with its latest product is concerned. For environmental, Samsung has to ensure that it does not compromise on the working condition or the wages it pays to its labor who are engaged in making the final production a social and environmentally responsible manner. For legal, Samsung remains to be seen as to how the company will wriggle out of the legal maze that it finds itself in the developed markets because of the various lawsuits. Next is the analysis of Porter's five forces. First of all is the industry rivalry. This element is especially significant for Samsung as the other white good multinational like LG, Nokia, and Motorola, not to mention Apple, are engaged in fierce competitive rivalry. Samsung operates in a market where margins are tight and the competition is intense. Secondly is the barrier to entry and exit. The white goods industry is characterized by high barrier to entry and low barriers to exit, especially where conglomerates like globally Samsung are concerned. Thirdly is the power of buyer. The power of buyer is the buyer would have to necessarily approach the companies for after-sales service and for spare parts. Next is the power of suppliers. In many markets in which Samsung operates, there are many suppliers who are willing to offer their services at a discount since the ancillary sectors are very deep. The threat of substitute, this element is indeed high as the market for which white goods are flooded with many substitutes, and given the fact that consumers' durables are often longer-term purchases, companies like Samsung have to be careful in deciding on the appropriate market strategy. For stakeholders, white good makers are known to decide after due deliberation on everything from choosing their brand ambassadors to publicizing their corporate social responsibility initiatives. This is the competitive profile matrix. The table shows that Samsung has the best market share, product quality, and customer loyalty. For a total weighted score, Samsung scores the highest weighted score of 3.53, Apple weighted score of 3.43, and Nokia weighted score is 3.14. This is the EFE matrix. The table shows that Samsung company score of 2.21 indicates that it is below average, that is 2.50, which means company is not responding well to avail opportunities or avoid threats. Next is the internal analysis. This is the mission analysis of Samsung. Samsung mission statement is we will devote our human resources and technology to create superior products and services thereby contributing to a better global society. This corporate mission was published in the 1990s when the company was undergoing rapid global expansion. In its mission statement, Samsung identifies human resources and technology as the two main assets that it uses to pursue its purpose and strategic objectives in its global industry. Considering the significance of human resources, Samsung corporate culture is a determining factor in fulfilling its corporate mission. This component, that is superiority of products and service of the mission statement, pushes the corporation to ensure an effective value chain and achieve its value proposition such as effective and high quality consumer electronics. This is the financial analysis of Samsung. The ratio that we use in the financial analysis of SEC are the liquidity, activity, debt, and profitability ratios. The liquidity ratio of SEC shows that they have managed their working capital effectively as their current assets always exceed their current liabilities. Moreover, the ratio had not fallen under 1 since 2016, which indicates that they have effective liquidity management. Finally, SEC appeared to be at its best liquidity position in 2019 with the ratio of 2.84, 2.42, and 1.71 in their current quick and cash ratios respectively, which are the highest as compared to the previous 3 years of the company. Activity ratios of SEC have shown that they are beginning to be less effective in collecting payments from debtors within 2019, as well as the utilization of assets to produce revenue had dropped at its lowest when compared to the previous 3 years. However, SEC has shown an improvement in its inventory efficiency in 2019 as compared to the drop they experienced from 2017 to 2018. The debt ratio of SEC shows that the company is in a good financial position as they appear to be less reliant on debts to fund their asset, and it has improved further in 2019. However, its time interest earned ratio shows that SEC was in a better condition from 2016 to 2018 as it has dropped high half in 2019. The profitability ratio show that the company had experienced difficulties in generating profits over the year from 2018 to 2019. This fall in profits can be explained through the increases in operating costs and decline in sales, which has led to a significant fall in the operating profit in 2019 as compared to 2018. This is the functional analysis. From the marketing perspective, the four-piece marketing model provides the company with the opportunity to differentiate and diversify, hence profiting the business. From the product, the marketing team ensures that the Samsung Galaxy series smartphone are super smart to suit the need of the current generation. For promotion, Samsung uses product promotion tools such as print, digital advertising, social media, internet, television, and outdoor media campaigns. For price, Samsung company employs a sound pricing strategy. The Samsung pricing policy involves producing different ranges of products at different prices. For place, Samsung distributes its product to telecommunication companies such as Amazon and other retail market shops to bring convenience to customers. From the human resource perspective, HR management primarily focuses on integrity management, and the company employs and manages a global diverse team. The company conducts assessments such as Samsung Talent Review that helps employees design their career paths. Samsung recognizes the importance of evaluation and fair composition to the employees by evaluating the performance standard and achievement of its employees. Employee compensation are in the form of performance-based benefits and salary. To promote diversity and maintain its integrity, the organization respects human rights through codes and policies. The diverse workforce provides an edge as it attracts ethically conscious investors. By attracting ethical investors, the firm manages to remain competitive by using funding from investors in designing and implementing new innovative ideas. This is a 7S McKinsey analysis. According to Samsung McKinsey 7S model, strategy, structure, and system represent hard elements, whereas shared values, skill, style, and staff are soft elements. From the hard element strategy, Samsung business strategy is mainly based on market leadership, replicating innovation made by market leaders in terms of introducing new products or adding innovative features to new products. For structure, Samsung organizational structure is divisional, and the company is divided into three divisions on the basis of product, IT and mobile communication, consumer electronics, and device solution. For systems, Samsung's long-term growth prospect depend on smooth running of the wide range of systems. For the soft elements, skills, the range of skills and competency required to be successful at Samsung is vast and includes interpersonal skills. For staff, the global electronic company maintains the next generation leader program for employee training. For style, Samsung leadership style has been traditionally paternalistic and aristocratic, reflecting relevant features of national cultures of its home country, South Korea. For shared values, Samsung's shared values are well aligned with its corporate mission. This is the IFE matrix. From this table, we can see that the total weighted score of Samsung is 3.36, that is above average score of 2.50, which means that it's internally strong.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Binti Riduan with matrix number A175324. I will continue our presentation. So I will explain more about the strategy, analysis, and choice. It is also known as the stage 2. This part is the stage 2, the matching stage. My explanation will include SWOT matrix, space matrix, BCG matrix, IE matrix, and grand strategy matrix. First, my explanation will cover the SWOT matrix. This SWOT matrix helps the organization develop 4 types of strategy. The first one is SO, which also known as strength opportunity strategy. It uses internal strength to take advantage of the external opportunities. The second one is the WO strategy, which is also known as weaknesses and opportunities strategies. It aims to improve internal weaknesses by taking advantage of the external opportunities. The next one is strength threat strategy, which we can also call it ST strategy. It uses internal strength to avoid or maybe reduce the impact of the external threats. Okay, for the last one, weaknesses strategies can also be called as WT strategies. It acts as a defensive mechanism to reduce the internal weaknesses and to avoid external threats. As we can see here, the table of SWOT matrix, we can see strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. This item is copied from the previous matrix, which is IFE and EFE matrix. And with that, we get strategies, 4 strategies that we mentioned before. And first, SO strategies, we get three strategies being suggested. First, design and market affordable innovation product and focus more on the middle class market. And second, focusing to introduce new product with innovation in the hardware parts and consumer technology. And the last one, continue to invest in the research and development of innovative technology. As for the second one, WO strategies, the first one, the first suggestion that the first strategy that being suggested is first continue to explore and increase market share of new niche market, especially AI product. Second, expand and increase the product diversification of cutting edge technology that focus more on the strategy branches to cover surplus of demand. And third, management training. Fourth, market development. And for ST strategies, the strategies being suggested is first take advantage of price cutting to drive competitors and trends out of the market. And second, purchase successful new entrants. And third, design new innovative product. And the last one for WT strategies, first, improve the customer service management, operating system, and product packages to maintain a good image and reputation in order to keep and increase loyal customer. And second one, take advantage. I'm sorry. The second one is forward integration, and the last one is strengthening competent human resource pools. Okay, for the next one, 4.2, Boston Consulting Group, BCG matrix. This BCG matrix portrays difference among division in terms of market share and industrial growth rate. It also helps a multi-divisional company to manage its portfolio by examining the differences of each division in the organization. And as we can see in the diagram, it shows that BCG matrix have 4 quadrants, which is question marks, stars, cash cows, and dots. And it also shows the suitable and appropriate strategy for each quadrant. Okay, for star quadrant, I will explain in more detail regarding the BCG metrics with the example from Samsung Electronics. Okay, for the first one, star quadrant, this star quadrant classify the product that classify in the star category are the product which are high in market growth with a high market share. Product which have a high market share are also considered as the product that have a high potential to grow in the market. Usually, companies are interested in to invest in the company that have high potential of product, since it is higher possibility for them to get a higher return on their investment. In the case for Samsung electronic, Samsung gadgets such as smartphone, tablet, and smart TV are the item that the star category. For example, Samsung is known for their high-end tablet, such as Galaxy that have been released for quite a while back since 2011. With a very distinctive features and design, which made it unique from the other brand. But even though it is already been quite a while in the market, but it is still very popular among consumers. So this product, the gadget product from Samsung is considered as a star category. Okay, for question mark, question product that category and the question mark are the product that have high growth market with a low market share. This kind of product can either become a revenue generator, such as top. It also can become a loss-making machine for the organization. The question market has a high potential to grow, as well as the most managerial intensive product that require extensive investment and resources to increase their market share. Among the performance of our product that Samsung offer, I would say Samsung printer can be considered as a question mark category of product, because it has high competition among other brands, but are still among the most trusted in terms of their quality and popularity. And also it has a small market share of product, which is a really suitable characteristic to be put under question mark quadrant of BCG metrics. Okay, the next one for cash cow. Cash cow are part of the mature, slow-growing industry that have a large chunk of the market share and require minimal investment to trust their leadership and profitability within the market. For example, we can take Samsung home appliance as the example for cash cow product, because as we know, Samsung has become the number one home appliance brand stand for quality and trust due to its innovative and premium appliances. With that characteristic, it gives the ability for the company to hold a good position within the market and good potential to grow in the upcoming future. And for the last one, for dog quadrant, the product that are categorized under dog quadrant is the product that has a low growth and a low market share, and it is neither have a chance of being profitable nor a useful source of income for the company. The example that we can take from Samsung Electronic is the launching of Samsung smartwatch. It's said to be failed to meet the expectation and penetrate the mainstream consumer market due to tough competition from other brands such as Apple Watch. Despite the high cost of research and production made to launch the products, smartwatch product, it failed. Unfortunately to meet the expectation and to generate any return for the company. It can be said and it can be proven that Samsung Watch are classified in the dog category of BCG metrics. The next one, 4.3 SPACE matrix. It is also known as strategic position and action evaluation matrix, which has 4-quadrant framework that indicates whether the organization are most suitable of using which strategies. Among them are aggressive strategies. The next one, 4.3, SPACE matrix, which is also known as strategic position and action evaluation matrix, which have 4-quadrant framework that indicates whether the organization are most suitable to use which strategies, and among them are aggressive strategies, conservative strategies, defensive strategies, and competitive strategies. For the next part, I will explain more about the calculation of SPACE matrix in the table. Okay, as we can see in the table, there are internal strategic position and external strategic position. What we have to do is we have to rate it from worst to best. And as we can see, financial position, we've got 4.14 score, and for competitive position, we have got negative 2.17 score. Stability position, negative 2.17 score, and the last one, industry position, 5 score. Okay, what we have to do to get the x and y axis so that we can plot it in the graph. For the competitive position and industry position, we have to add it together so that we can get the score, and it will be an x axis score. And for financial position and stability position, we will add it and we will get y axis score. Okay, meaning as we can see in the slide, the coordinate that we get is x axis 2.83, and while y axis 1.97. So after we plot it, we can see in the graph next to the table, the directional shows that Samsung more towards the aggressive position, meaning what they can use to appropriate use as an appropriate strategies is they can use a backward forward horizontal integration. They can use market penetration, product development, and diversification. For the next part, 4.4, growth strategic metrics. These measures are made based on the evaluation of two dimensions, which is market growth and also competitive position. For the next part, I will explain more about the internal external metrics, which is also known as IE metrics. Okay, these metrics is based on two key dimensions. For example, include IFE total weighted scores and also EFE total weighted score. This metrics also based on three major regions, including grow and build, hold and maintain, and harvest or divest. The IE metrics has three major regions that have different strategic implications. For example, for region 1, the prescription for this region falls into cells 1, 2, and or 4. It can be described as grow and build. Intensive or integrative strategies can be most appropriate for this division. The next one, region 2, the prescription for division that falls under region 2, it falls into cells 3, 4, and 7. And it also can be described as hold and maintain strategies. Market penetration and product development are two commonly employed strategies for this type of division. And for the last one, region 3, the prescription for division region 3, it falls into cells 6, I'm sorry, 6, 8, and 9, and it also can be described as harvest or divest. Okay, for Samsung Electronic has four major division that includes semiconductor, display panel, consumer electronics, and IT and mobile communication. Okay, for the next part, 5.0, strategy implementation, I will explain about the stage, which is stage 3, the decision stage. This stage will be conducted by analyzing the quantitative strategic planning metrics, QSPM, and the result will be analyzed to find the recommended strategy for the company. First, I will explain in more detail about the QSPA matrix. Okay, the quantitative strategy planning matrix, it is made to indicate which alternative strategies is the most suitable implementation for the company. It uses input from stage 1 and match it with the result from stage 2, and the higher the score, the suitable the strategies for the company. Okay, for Samsung Electronic case, we can see in the table the total external factor for market penetration is 3.14, and 3.04 for market development. And as for internal factor, 2.88 for penetration and 3.38 for market development. So we have to sum the totals to find the more attractive strategy. As what I mentioned before, the higher the score is the higher the attractiveness of the strategy towards the company. So as we can see in the table, market development has the highest score, meaning Samsung Electronics are suggested and recommended to use market development as their strategy. Referring to the analysis of USPM metrics from the slide before, it is proven that the most suitable and attractive strategy that suit the Samsung Electronic is market development. Since with the highest total of attractive score at 6.42. Samsung Electronic financial position and their market condition are considered as moderate to high. For this reason, Samsung would be best to choose market development and product development, which could overcome the issue. This can be supported with the guideline of market development. As we all know, one of the market development guidelines stated that a company that has a new channel of distribution that is reliable, inexpensive, and a good and of good quality would be recommended to use market development strategies. In this case, Samsung are known for their image of the world's largest maker of memory chips, smartphone, and television, among other electronic products. With that being said, it is proven that Samsung is able to acquire reliable, inexpensive, and good quality from their distribution channel. So it is a suitable strategy for Samsung to implement for them to generate more income. For the next part, suggestion of policy. After the analysis of Samsung Electronics case study, we suggested that Samsung implement these three policies into their system. First, management policy. Next, research and development policy. And lastly, design policy. Firstly, for management policy, we suggest that Samsung maintain their operational efficiency at the highest level by improving their customer service management to retain the interest of existing loyal customer and to attract new customers with the use of the company's brand and image. For the next part, we also suggest that Samsung to enroll the management into customer retention strategies. Samsung, for example, Samsung can alternate their strategies by creating an emotional connection towards their customer as an effective way to improve the customer's experience, and also by engaging the core of CSR projects such as developing or publishing corporate video to touch and relate into the customer's heart. For the next part, research and development policy. We suggest that Samsung conduct new studies to identify the best measure that can improve the level of firm's performance among the technological industry. As we know, the economic growth experience in many developing countries should be a new opportunity for Samsung to take on. With this, we ensure that the firm design new customer-centric marketing models for each region, and also it is one of the way to implement market development into a company strategy as suggested by the QSPM metrics. Samsung also must innovate significantly to remain competitive in the global market, not only in the term of its goods and service, but also in terms of their attitudes and tactics. Clearly, with this research and development into the improving the technological industry, Samsung success it will help business to get back to being inventive. For that, we suggested that company always take seriously the concern of its quality team and not reject the production of the product before it is confirmed to be ready in all aspects. For the next part, design policy. We suggested that Samsung strengthen their design policy. Samsung must accentuate the design management center's distinction and work closely and supported by their design-driven approach. in an effort to maintain the quality of their design, which is, we all know that the fundamental reason for Samsung's success. Thus, Samsung must strengthen their design process management to maintain and live up to their innovative and design-centric quality product. For action to be executed part, we believe that Samsung need to increase their investment on research and analysis in the field of new technologies. At the completion of state research and analysis, Samsung will need to allocate fund for the purchase of technologies as well as land and building expenses for new location. In addition to these expenditures, employees will need to be trained and to work and use the new technologies that Samsung implements. Furthermore, as the electronics and computing sector approach maturity and rapidly growth, it is important for Samsung to establish a retail presence and maximize product value, especially for high impulse items such as mobile phone. This analysis also suggests that Samsung make a faster acquisition mode than Samsung's current slow organic growth strategy, which also will help Samsung improve user interaction and predict lifestyle trends for new product development. For the next part and the last part, conclusion, this case analysis gives us an opportunity to understand strategic business management and its application in the real world. And based on our research, we have identified important business strategies that Samsung should implement by using several management tools. Among them are first, EFE metrics and portfolio process. Firstly, we use EFE metrics and find that Samsung's strategy is quite effective in exploiting their opportunity and also defending against their threats. Next, for our portfolio process, we find that Samsung has intense competition, low bargaining power of supplier, high bargaining power of consumer that relate to high potential to substitute product, and lastly, high barrier to entry. For the next tools, IFE metrics and also financial analysis. For IFE metrics, we find that the company ranks above the average, which means Samsung have a strong internal position. We also perform a financial analysis to analyze the financial position of the company compared to the previous year, and the results show that Samsung had a better performance and better overall condition for the year of 2018 compared to 2017. We also conduct strategic analysis using different matrices such as SWOT metrics, BCG metrics, space metrics, trend strategy metrics, and the last one and the important one is quantitative strategic planning metrics, which is also known as QSPM metrics. QSPM metrics is considered the strongest and most important tool because it allows us to objectively evaluate alternative strategies to determine the most suitable strategy for the company to implement. Therefore, after we conducted QSPM metrics, we suggest that the most appropriate strategy that Samsung should implement are market development strategies and also market product development strategies.